Topic today is time, distance, and speed. As we have seen previously, that if you want to get ending time, it will be starting time plus time taken. Now, this one is going to apply when you're given the starting time and time taken. So if you connect these three, then we will draw our triangle with a T there, where this is distance, DST. So if you guys remember DST, V, just cancel V and remember DST. So you write B anti-clockwise. So this sign means multiplication, this other one means division. So we can get three formulas from there, that distance is equals to speed times time, speed is equals to distance. We start from top, distance over time, and time is equals to distance over speed. Now, there are some ways in which you can represent this. One, you can be given a question where you are starting maybe from home to market. So when you come across given a distance between 2 points, then that one must be represented by those three: distance, speed, and time. You can be given another situation where now maybe they are telling you from home to the market, somewhere in the middle, maybe the person rested. So you must know that this part here must be represented by DST, distance, speed, and time. Resting is only represented by time, and then the remaining part of the journey is represented by DST. So if you are told the person went toward the destination and back, then you are supposed to represent your information using two equal lines, and each and every one is represented by DST, towards and back. The reason as why we are drawing two, so that we can work out whatever is in question on this part and the other part. But it doesn't mean that these are two routes. It is one route, but is represented using two lines. Now, if you start with the first one, this is class 6 work. You can be told to change from kilometers to meters. So the only thing you should remember is 5 meters per second is equal to 80 kilometers per hour. Or you use the other formula of converting kilometers to meters and hours to seconds, then you divide. For this one, if you remember this formula, it becomes very simple for you. So we have said 5 meters per second is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. What about 120 kilometers per hour? Those multiply. It will be 5 meters per second times 120 kilometers per hour, or over 18 kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour cancels kilometers per hour. So we are left with by 3 here to be 6, by 3, 40. Then by 2, this is 3, by 2, 20. And because 3 cannot divide 20 and 3 cannot divide 5, you can multiply to get 100 over 3. So how many 3's are there? It's 100 divided by 3. It will be 3 because of 9, divide by 1, drop 0, then 3 because of 9. So the answer there is 33 and a third meters per second. 33 and a third meters per second. This question, 5 meters per second is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. So already we asked 18 kilometers per hour. So the answer is 5 meters per second. Now this question we are converting meters per second to kilometers per hour. As we have said, 5 meters per second is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. What about 10 meters per second? You could multiply, it will be 10 meters per second times 18 kilometers per hour, or over 5 meters per second. Meters per second cancels meters per second. By 5, 1, by 5, 2 times 18 is 36. And because you are told to change to kilometers, it is 36 kilometers per hour. This question, 5 meters per second is equal to 18 kilometers per hour. What about 50 meters per second? To be 50 meters per second times 18 kilometers per hour or over 5 meters per second. Meters per second cancel meters per second by 5, 1 by 5, 10. So 10 times 18 is 180. Then kilometers per hour. Don't forget the units. This question, 5 meters per second is equals to 18 kilometers per hour. What about 120 meters per second? To be 120 meters per second times 18 kilometers per hour or over 5 meters per second. Meters per second cancel. Then this 5 by 5, 1 by 5, 2 because of 10, 20 divided by 5, 4. So we have 24 times 18. This is 32, 2 carry 3. This is 16 plus 3, 19, 4 and 2. 2, 3 and 4. So the answer is 432 kilometers per hour. So those were the basics. So let's start the complex one. This is very simple. You are told Ali covered a certain distance at a speed of 15 kilometers per hour. Now the question is, what distance did he cover in 3 hours? Just remember that distance is equal to speed times time, where our speed is 15 kilometers per hour. Our time is 3 hours. Note this. Whenever you are multiplying, if you are using kilometers per hour, you must use time in hours. If you are using meters per second, you must use time in seconds. Therefore, hours is equal to cancel hours. So you are left with 15 times 3, which is 45, and then the unit. Remember, we are finding distance. A car traveled at a distance of 500 kilometers at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. The question is, find time. We have said time is equal to distance over speed. Our distance is 500 kilometers. Our speed is 50 kilometers per hour. Kilometers cancels kilometers. So we are left with hours as our unit. Then 0 cancel 0. By 5, 1 by 5, 10. So it means that car will take 10 hours. June began her journey at 7:15 a.m. If she reached her destination at 9:45 a.m. after covering a distance of 240 kilometers, find speed. You have said speed is equal to distance over time. We have distance which is 240 kilometers, but this time here refers to time taken, and we are given the starting time and the ending time. The difference between these two is time taken. So you take your 9:45, you subtract 7:15. This one is 0, this is 3, and this is 2. So it means it is 2.5 hours. So we are dividing by 2.5 hours, which is 240 divided by 2.5, which is 240 divided by, make it improper. So this is 4, 5. So it will be 5/2, which is 240 times the improper of 2, that is 2/5. Then by 5, 1 by 5, this is 4 because of 20. 44, 40 divided by 5, 8. So we have 40 times 2, which is 96. Remember, you are told to find speed. So it is 96 kilometers per hour. 96 kilometers per hour. A man, this is our next question. A man started a 315 kilometers journey at 8 a.m. After driving for 1 hour, he got a puncture which took him half an hour to repair. He continued with his journey, reaching his destination after another 2 hours. What was the average speed? His average speed. So, in such a question, you represent the information using a line. We are told the journey here, this distance is 315 kilometers. Person started the journey at 8 a.m. after driving for 1 hour. Let's say from here to a certain point is represented by those 3 time we are given is 1 hour. He got a puncture which took him half an hour. So there is this time here, resting time, which is 30 minutes. Then he continued with his journey, reaching his destination after another 2 hours. So this other part here is represented by DST. You are told another 2 hours. So time there is 2 hours. The question is speed. And average speed is equals to total distance covered over total time taken. Total distance covered over total time taken. Now, what is the total distance? Total distance of the journey is 315 kilometers. Total time. I want to explain this, especially when it comes to total time. Remember, we add even the resting time. We add the resting time. Don't forget that. So our total time here will be 1 plus 2, that is 3. So it is 3.5. Our time will be 3.5 hours. Don't forget resting time. So it will be 315 divided by 3.5, which is 315 divided by, this is 7/2, which is 315 times 2/7. I don't know that your 7 cannot simplify this, so you can multiply direct. So this is 315 times 2. This is 0 and 1. This is 2, 3, and 6. So this is 630/7. By 7, 1 by 7. 90. So this one would be 90. What are we getting? Speed. So it is kilometers per hour. 90 kilometers per hour. This question, I already covered a distance of 200 kilometers in 3 hours. So we have, let's represent our information using a line. So we are told covered a distance of 200 kilometers in time. Time we are given it is 3 hours. It then covered another. So let's say our distance is up to that point. From this point to this point is 200. Then it covered another one. When you hear another part, represent the information using distance, speed, and time. It covered another distance at a speed of 60 kilometers per hour for 2 hours. The question is, we find the average speed. When you are finding the average speed, you have said it is total distance covered over total time taken. Total distance covered over total time taken. Now, do we have the total distance? We only have the first part of the journey. The other part of the journey is not given. So the first thing is to get this distance. And distance is equal to speed times time, which is 60 times 2, which is 120 kilometers. So the total distance from here to here is 180 plus 120. 180 plus 120. 0, 0, 3. 300. So total distance is 300 kilometers. Total time 3 plus 2, which is 5 hours. By 5, 1 by 5, 60. So the answer is 60 kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour because you are getting speed. Kilometers per hour because you are getting speed. Our next question. A motorist traveled on a journey of 250 kilometers at 6:30 a.m. So if we represent our information, this person started at 6:30 a.m. And now our question is, the whole of this journey distance is 250 kilometers. This is the total distance. It is not part of the first journey because we are told a journey of 250 kilometers. Then the person used an average speed, so we have DST. The speed that was used was 100 kilometers per hour. After traveling so the first part of the journey, we are told after traveling for 150 kilometers. So the first part of the journey is 150 kilometers. the speed is 100. So what we don't know at that point is time. Then it got a puncture. So let's say this is the point that got a puncture. This is resting time. So we only have time, no distance, there is no speed. But you are told resting time took 30 minutes to change the wheel. He continued, so the remaining part of the journey, he continued with the rest of the journey at an average speed. So we have DST at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. At what time did he reach his destination? So the question is time. The question is time. So what you should know, you must know time here and time on the other side. So how do you get time? Time is equal to distance over speed. We are starting with the first part of the journey, which is 150 divided by 100. 0 cancels 0. If you divide by 10, this is 1.5 hours. We have that minutes. So on the other side, remember, total distance was 250 kilometers. Part of it was 150. So the remaining distance is supposed to be 100 kilometers. So you come and write 100 kilometers. It is very simple for you to get time. Time is equal to distance over speed, which is 100 divided by 80. 0 cancels 0. By 2, 4. By 2, 5. This is, how many 4s are there in 5? 1. You need a quarter. So that is 1.25 hours. So this part is 1.25 hours. Resting time 30 minutes. The starting time is, the first part of the journey is 1.5. Now, how do you get time? How do you get time that the person reached the destination? We have starting time, which is 6:30 a.m. and the first part of the journey, which is 1 hour 30 minutes. What are you getting? 0, 0, carry 1. This is 7, 8. So to be at 8 a.m. add resting time, which is 8:30 a.m. Then you add the last. This is 1 hour 15 minutes. A quarter of an hour. That's a quarter times 60. This is 15 minutes. So it will be 549. So the person reached at 9:45 a.m. Why a.m.? It has not gone past 12. It remains, it is on the part of a.m. Another question, a car traveled from town A to town B at an average speed of 30 kilometers per hour. So this is town A and that is town B. We are told, we are not given distance, we are only given speed, which is 30 kilometers per hour. And then back, so then this is from B towards A. What you are given is, and then back at an average speed of 20 kilometers per hour. What is the question? If the journey took a total of this. Note, there is a keyword given. Took a total of 5 hours. It means you will take time from A to B and time from B to A, we should get 5 hours. We don't have time for the first from A to B and we don't have time from B to A. How do you ask such a question? If you come across these two are missing and the other two parts are missing, what should come into your mind is algebra. What do I mean? Identify what is equal. If you compare the from A to B and from B to A, the one that is equal here, the one that is not changing is distance. So if we take y to represent our distance, so even here we write 1. So which is this expression that will represent time? You know, we have said time is equal to distance over speed. So it is y over 30. So here it is y over 30. Time is equal to distance over speed. So it is y over 30. This time, which is represented by y over 30, and this other one, if you put them together, we are going to get a total of 5 hours. Then from there, remove the denominators using the LCM. LCM is 60, multiplied by 60, multiplied by 60, multiplied by 60. What are you getting here? 2y. What are you getting here? 3y. And here, 300. So this is 5y is equals to 300. Divide by 5, divide by 5. So what is your y? Our y is 60. Go back to the question. This y was distance. So this is 60 kilometers. This is 60 kilometers. What is the question? What is the distance between A and B? The distance between A and B is 60 kilometers. If the next time they are going to ask what was the total distance covered, there is 60 towards B and another 60 towards A. So it will be 60 plus 60. But at this time, at this point, they are asking the distance between the two. That's why the answer is 60. Last question. Kamau left home to the market a distance of 200 kilometers. So this is home and market. Distance is 200 kilometers. Then you are told at an average speed. So we have DST. Our speed is 100 kilometers per hour. After traveling 100 kilometers, so the first distance there is 100. You are told he rested for half an hour. So there is resting time here, which is 30 minutes, half an hour. Then continue. If you are representing the other part of the journey, right? DST. Then continue the journey. At what speed must he use to arrive at the expected time? Notice the keyword is expected time. If you come across an examiner or a question asking expected time, then if you want to know the expected time, it means if the person started the journey maybe at 6 and the person is arriving at 8, the expected time is supposed to be from 6 to 8, the expected time was supposed to be 2 hours. So expected time means it will not change. Even if there is something that is going to happen on the way, time must remain. If it is 2 hours from home to the market, it must remain 2 hours. So how do we get expected time? You just take the total distance, you divide by the starting speed. You divide by the starting speed. So how do you get the expected time? Total distance is 200 kilometers. What about the starting speed? Our starting speed is 100. So what is the expected time? The expected time here is 2 hours. From home to the market, the person must use 2 hours. Whatever, even if there is resting, the person must take 2 hours. So do we know time of the first part of the journey? We can get by dividing, time is equal to distance over speed, which is distance is 100 divided by 100. So time, the first part of the journey, Kamau took 1 hour. He rested for 30 minutes. Remember, expected time is 2 hours. So how do you get this other time here? What are you going to do? You take 1 hour and this 30 you add. So this is 1.5. What is remaining, because expected time is 2 hours, what is remaining is half an hour. Then what can we get from our equation? Our distance is 200. Our first part of the journey is 100. So the remaining distance is 100. So we can know the speed for this part of the journey, which is in question. At what speed must he use to arrive at the expected time? So our speed is equal to distance over time, which is 100 divided by a half, which is 100 times 2 over 1, which is 200 kilometers per hour. So this person must use 200 kilometers per hour, which is the speed, to cover the remaining part of the journey. Hope you have enjoyed the lesson. Thank you.